Greetings and welcome to VL Reviews. I have a saying, why buy one of something when you can buy two? So here are a pair of HP Deskjet 2723e. Now this is replacing, or both of these are replacing, another pair that I bought several years ago, and they were Deskjets 2755. Yeah, that's what it was. So I believe that right now, this is the cheapest HP printer, or at least the cheapest all-in-one that you can possibly buy in the United States. If you find something cheaper, let me know in the comments below. I got these from HP directly shipped for $40 US plus a little bit of state of Ohio tax, free shipping. So for a little less than $90 US, I got not one, but two printers. Now, as you can see, this box has already been opened because I have already installed this down my basement. Up on the second floor, where my wife has her computer, she needs this one right here installed. And I've been so busy, I've had this in the box for about 2 months, over 2 months. So how about we go and install it? So some features are, and this is amazing what you can get for, $40, $50, whatever you end up paying for it. By the way, this is not sponsored. As I mentioned before, I paid for these things. So HP doesn't have anything to do with me saying anything one way or another. So this little dude is an all-in-one scanner, printer, that kind of thing. It's a basic, so to speak, but basic comes with a couple different ways to print, apps, BIOS updates, software, you name it. And I think Rosie, maybe you can hear, she's over there wondering what I'm doing at our kitchen counter. So she may require some attention throughout this video, I suppose. So this just says simple setup, simple printing. Yeah, we'll see about that. Worry-free wireless. Now, what's that supposed to mean? And cloud-connected smart printing system. I don't think we're going to bother with any of that. And I have my reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. So I've been in IT and working with computers since the fall of 1979. Yeah, I'm old. So started on a Unix mainframe, and I'm still doing a bunch of IT stuff today. I've also taught IT in college, although it's been a while. So let's see what we have in the box. All right. So we have it's going to be a quick start guide. It says setup guide right here, right? Okay, and we have a plug with no wall wart. It's just a cord. And it's kind of nice to just have a cord, no wall wart to deal with. I mean, I've had some with wall warts, some without wall warts, and I do kind of prefer a cord where the power supply is completely in the machine itself. And we have a couple of ink cartridges. They're going to be the starter cartridges because HP wants you to go through these as quickly as possible and then, get on their service plan to start, having stuff sent to you. I don't want any part of that, but I barely print, okay? If I wanted a real high-end printer, if I wanted some great color laser printer, if I needed one, I'd have one and I'd be unboxing that now. This is more than I need. I want to be clear. So let's see. Here is the, it's HP 67 is the model number of the cartridges. This is the black and this is the tricolor. So 3 colors in here, black in here. Pretty common stuff. And then ink cartridges, basically, don't bust them open, don't light them on fire, don't drink them. Yeah, do not drink or place in mouth. Okay. Oh, it's a terrible world we live in where we have to have something like this printed. Of course, nobody's going to read it anyway. And oh yes, we have to know about the instant ink. Nah, not going to go for that either. Again, because I don't print much. All right, so let's see. Got a little packing material in there. And we have the printer itself. So this will tilt over and slide out. And the entire printer, I forgot about this because it's been a while since I installed the other one. The entire printer is shrink wrapped. It doesn't have just plastic on it. It literally has been completely shrink wrapped, sealed as it were. All right, come on out. Out, 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 out. Out, 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 out. Oh, goody. More paperwork. Where did that come from? All right, company notices, disclaimers, whatever it is. Here's a manual, reference guide, the RC, and you can get all this stuff online, obviously. It'll be in like a PDF form. Here's something in multiple languages. And, yeah. This printer is intended to work only with cartridges that have new or reused HP electronic circuitry. Right up there. Yep. So in other words, now they're going to basically complain if you use a cartridge anything else than a genuine HP cartridge. Yeah, we know all about the cartridges debacle. That's been going on for years. Let's see, come on, out, out, out. You know, there's nothing really to grip for this thing. And I'm trying to do this very awkwardly. Come on. Finally. Well, with everything being shrink wrapped, it's slippery. There, now I can get rid of the box. Here, these little end caps. Yeah, so the most difficult part so far has been removing the printer from the box. Yeah, look at that. The whole thing is completely sealed all the way around. Yeah, that's what the underside looks like. Here, get a good look at that. And yet, on the top, we get another advertisement. 3-month trial of Instant Ink. Right there. So they really want you to use the Instant Ink. You know, I thought about it, but it involves giving HP your credit card. I'm not going to do that. So, and I also don't print. I don't print very much. If I were to guess, for probably the last 10 years, maybe decade, 12 years, something like that, long time, I'm going to estimate that I don't print more than about 50 pages a year. That's not a month, that's a year. So I print very little, but when I need to print, I've got to print. So hence I have inexpensive printers that I tend to replace very quickly. Not because they go bad, but because if you go and buy, in many cases, the standard, not the starter, and or the XL version of these cartridges, depending on what you paid on the printer, you could end up actually buying, right, or spending about as much as it would be if you simply just got a whole other printer. So that's my big reason. I've been doing this for a long time. Started doing it with Epson printers, and then their printers got real expensive. They didn't have an inexpensive model to do anything with. And I moved over to HP, and I like HP's printers for the most part. Okay, so let's see. This says, take the blue tape off. All right, so let's see. I'm going to pull this down and then continue pulling the blue tape off. Hello. There we go. I know it sounded like I just broke something. I didn't. Yeah, that's some blue tape. All right, now there's a shipping piece of cardboard right in there, a little packing piece of cardboard, and that should slide right out. Yes. Twist it and then comes right out. Great. So there's more trash, packing trash. Okay. How about we go take a look at the scanner bed. A piece right here, a little piece right here. I mean, they pack it fairly well, because let's face it, UPS and FedEx aren't exactly known for being delicate with things like this. So, all right, that looks pretty good. This is all good. Here's a better look at the bottom. I want to close that for a second. Here's a better look at the bottom. And oh, look, I think I see another blue piece of tape. So let's see, let me take that off. There, peel that off. There. So I think that's it. It better be the tape. Okay, that goes up and down. All right. Paper holder. So let's see. Instant ink. No. I'm going to peel that off. Leave it on if you wish. That's up to you. So let's see. I want to show you a couple of things that are on the printer that are stickers. So one is, it says like no pins, paper clips. Let me see if I can get that up there where I don't drop the printer. That would be really embarrassing. Right there. Got a sticker right there. Is that too close? There you can see what that symbol is. No paper clips, little pins, other types of materials on your paper. And I love this. This is the piece de resistance. Right there. Right there. I hope you can see that. It says, use the Wi-Fi, don't use the USB. That's the first thing I'm going to peel off as we get ready to set this thing up. There. Do not use USB. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. So that, whoops, I want to get this closer. Oh, I'm mangling it. So many years ago, let's see, is that going to focus? Yeah, good luck. There, that's it. That's better. I love it. Use the Wi-Fi. Do not use USB. Nope. I am using the USB. So why do I not want to use the Wi-Fi? I have had Hewlett-Packard printers, Epson printers for Wi-Fi, and I've also had older HP LaserJet printers. I'm talking like from the late 90s, early 2000s that had a network card in the back. And I'm very familiar with setting up and all the pluses and minuses of a network printer. And I kind of like, personally, the idea of a network printer. But then there's my wife. And guess what? So we moved into this house about 20 years ago, and we set up her computer/workroom. And I said, dear, I can have a network printer, but it won't be at arm's length where you are. It won't be in the same room that you're in. And she went, no, 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 no. When I print and I'm at my computer, right, I'm typing away and I click that print button, I want to have my printer right here at arm's length, and I want to be able to just reach over, over, and then just get the paper as it comes out. I'm not getting up from my chair and changing floors, going up and down stairs, changing rooms, whatever it is, to pick up my print job. So ever since then, I buy two printers. One for me downstairs in the basement, and it's hooked up via USB, and one upstairs, my wife's setup, and she can, get paper out of there when she needs to print. That being said, we barely print anything at all. Honestly, we barely print anything. But when we need the print jobs, which is usually receipts, tax documents, something official where someone says, can I have a printout of that? That's what we do. I ceased printing pictures, 4x6 glossy, 8x10, whatever it is. I ceased printing that stuff on inkjet printers many, many years ago, probably a dozen years ago as well, because, another short story, my wife found that she goes to Walgreens and they will have a sale once in a while where she can get, like, say, 4x6 glossies for 10 cents a picture or even less. Maybe as little as a nickel a picture. And you know what? The print quality is good enough. The paper they put it on is good enough, even though, none of it's perfect, none of it's super high end. So we've been doing that for more than 10 years. And the bottom line is 2 thumbs up for Walgreens. we do that. And she can do it all from her phone or from, you know, a bigger PC with a bigger screen. Doesn't involve printing anything out. So we only use printers pretty much for official receipts for the most part, and maybe something else occasionally, oddball. Again, we're down to just a few pages a month, but unfortunately, we still have to have printers. I mean, that's just, I'd like to not print anything at all. That would be great. Zero printing, and have everything, you know, scanned, have everything to be a PDF. I've been PDFs for official documents for 20 years, long before people gave up their faxes, so to speak. Oh, and by the way, there's no other, yeah, in the back here, all you have is a USB port and then your power port right there. There's nothing else. You don't have a regular, you know, POTS telephone line or anything like that. So you can't use this for faxing as far as using it to dial a phone number, right? There's other ways to e-fax stuff, but not with the standard old POTS line. If anybody watching this video is still using a plain old, you know, telephone line. So how about, let's see. So let me get you in a little bit closer, and let's take a peek at what's in here, but we're going to wait to do the installation when I bring this printer upstairs. But I want to show you inside a little bit more of what it looks like. So when you pull down the main outer cover, you see a whole bunch of nifty little things in there. So you've got a label here, tells you what's going on. You got a little a picture you can scan for more information. What to do, I guess, in the event of a paper jam, has that in a couple different languages. This normally is going to be up after you go ahead and insert the cartridges. But for right now, you can see that the carriage that holds the cartridges is currently hidden. It will come out. We can put the cartridges in when we power this on. So you can run the printer like this, which means paper will come out, but if the paper's real long, and most of it will be, it'll just kind of fall out. That's okay. If you want it to really hold the paper, right, then you can bring this down, and if you really want it to hold a full-length piece of paper without falling, then you swing this little arm out here, and now it can hold a standard 8.5 by 11 without it falling down. And when you decide to put your, oh, say 50 some odd sheets of paper in here, into the input tray, this actually will come up. See this right here? See how this comes up with it? That's kind of nice, right? Keeps your paper, I guess, from getting, well, things falling down in there. But this will come straight up. You'll pull it straight up, and then you will tilt it back. And then it will stay right as you see it. If for some reason you pull it up and you don't tilt it back, then it just falls back down again. So up you go, tilt it back, and there you go. It'll stay there, especially when you put some paper there. And this is a, I don't know, paper dust cover, I suppose. Here's what that looks like from the side. Straight up, tilt back. There you go. And if you forget, then slides back down. And don't put your printer on a ledge, of which this one is. There's your power cord connected. And there's your USB cord. That has an orientation as well. I had no other way to easily show you the back of the printer. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And we're up. And if that wasn't enough, there's a little trick to get the paper in here, because you have the paper size holder. That's what I'll call it. Had to move that all the way over. It's a little blue thing. Yeah, if you don't have that set right, your paper won't go in. So size this correctly for your paper. In my case, it's 8.5 by 11. Okay, first time turning the printer on. Let's get these little things out of the packages. It says tear here. This one should be the black cartridge. right, there is black. And now we have color cartridge. Okay, there's that. Trash out of the way. You've got these little strips that need to get removed. Once you remove them, though, they could start to leak ink. So just be aware of that. They're not going to be leaking right now, though. Notice that they have different tops. This one is black, and this one is purple. Okay, so let's move those out of the way. Open this, and open that. So let's see. We should have this powered up in order to put the cartridges in. Well, here, I'll do it the way there's a picture in there, might be hard to see. Colors on the left and blacks on the right. So I just turned the printer on. It'll take a minute. It's got to figure out what's going on. Okay, there. Now that's in position that we can install these cartridges. I know that can be frustrating for some. So here's the black cartridge, goes here, and see if I get this installed right. I slide it in. Hope my hand isn't blocking. Yeah, it is a little bit. Okay, and then I go ahead and push up. There, had to use 2 thumbs. And then I'll take the color cartridge. I put it in like this, and then you can't really see that well. All right, let me see if I can do this with one finger. There you go. Push up. It needs to click in. If it doesn't click in, it's not installed. Then I'll close that door, and it should recognize that cartridges are installed. It also is blinking a little blue light on the Wi-Fi. I'll show you that. Right there. See that little blinking blue light? I know it's kind of hard. Wi-Fi. It's like, set up Wi-Fi. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen. I think I can give you a good view of this. So here's this LCD indicator. See, there's Wi-Fi, right? And then also there's level of color on the left, and then level of black on the right, and 0 print jobs. All right, now with the ink in the printer and the USB connection connected both at the printer and at the computer tower, I went and pre-downloaded these particular 4 files, and this was specifically for this printer. So sometimes it's difficult to figure out what these things are for, so let's go through them one at a time. So this says Deskjet 2700, it's about 7 megs, okay? I know that's not going to be the driver setup because that's entirely too small. Here's HP Easy Start 1645. And again, over time, these particular, numbers, the versions will probably change. This will be accurate only for, say, April of 2024. And this is 16.3 megs. That's going to be an Easy Start file. I don't want that. Here's an Easy Start file right here. Look at this, 195 megabytes. That's the full-blown software package. So that's what I want. And then here's HP, and then whatever PSDR is. One of these is going to be firmware. All right, so let's do the Easy Start, the one that's 195 megs. So again, printer is on, USB cable is plugged in. This is Windows 10, by the way. Windows 11 shouldn't be any different. But if at some point in time in the future, there are a different set of drivers for Windows 10 versus Windows 11, download the appropriate driver for your operating system. That seems to be really taking a long time to extract. Uh-huh. Okay, welcome to HP Easy Start. All right, 2700 series. Here we go. Let's see, do you want to help by sharing usage data? No. Searching for printers. Printer found. Wow, there it is. Okay, fantastic. Continue. Let's install ink and paper. I've already completed the ink and the paper. Again, you could wait to do it. You could do things in different orders than what I'm doing here. One way or another, this order that I'm showing you now will actually work, but you can use other orders. So after you've completed ink and paper installation, click continue. Okay, that's fine. Launching software. Okay, big EULA. All right. Oh boy. I'm not reading that. That's for sure. This printer will be set as the default printer. I would expect that. It's a new printer. You're going to be installing it. If you have more than one printer, you can go into your printer settings and you can right click and then select, set as default at a later time. Okay, so that looks good. I have read and accept it. Now, if you don't want to read it and you don't want to accept it, you have to cancel and then you have to return the printer. So you don't really have much of a choice. Okay, so would like to consent to, let's see, can I select this? Help us improve and personalize. Printer usage data maybe, oh geez, look at all that, right? Okay, no. All right, just no. I'm not doing that. Do you consent to let HP collect and analyze your printer data? No. Okay, just no. Do you consent your application data? Great. So look at this, right? I mean, feel free to read this at your leisure. Look at all this. Any apps used to facilitate operation, including selections made during this. This is basically tracking everything you're doing. Okay? No, absolutely not. No. So many people just click because we're so used to, I accept, yes, I consent, enter your credit card number, and I'm not going to do that. It's just simply not going to happen. Today's business is mobile. Printing should be too. I tried printing from my phone. Yeah, it worked, and it worked with an HP. It was fine. It's perfectly okay, right? But how often do you print from your phone? Some people might need it. I don't. So I just shut all that stuff off. Don't install it. All right. Finish device setup. Device is connected. All right. Fantastic. Finish. All right. Now, at this point in time, you would figure that it would actually print out a page to be scanned. So it could align your scanner, but you notice that it didn't. Okay. And I have found out that this thing needs a firmware update. So let's see. What does this do here? All right, 11 megs. HPP SDR. Let's see what that does. Because there's no evidence that my printer is making any noise. And usually that's kind of what happens when you set up a brand new thing. Okay, data collection and consent. Okay, in order to diagnose your problem, this utility collected. Okay, so that's additional analytics, right? So I don't need any of that, right? So I'll just go ahead and decline. Okay, print and scan doctor. Okay, great. Finding and fixing problems. Well, I don't really have any problems, so I'm not yet anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and just close that. Would you like to take a survey? Look at that. Look how invasive this is. No, just go away. All right. So let's try this right here. Let's see. 7 megs. Maybe that's firmware. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now this right here, I'm going to have to allow access in this case. Yeah, I know. It's a private network at home. It's not going anywhere. Okay. HP, I can't really highlight that. HP printer update. There's my serial number, and here's the version ending in, say, 8JR, and let's go ahead and update that. Okay, updating printer firmware. Okay, the printer is now blinking. Lights are blinking on the printer. The Wi-Fi light went off. The power light was blinking. Now the power light went off. Okay, now it's blinking at a different rate. All this is normal. Now see, if you're a techno geek like I've been for many decades, doing this procedure is common. It's very normal. I'm used to it. But if you're just somebody that just wants to get an inexpensive printer and install it and make it work and just, print out your PDF or something like that, or your college paper, this can be very frustrating to go through. And these printers were brand new out of the box. All right, so it looks like this is going to take a little bit of time. The power light just went solid. It's no longer blinking. Nothing else appears to be blinking. Hopefully we're getting to the end of the process. Round and round it goes. When it stops, nobody knows. Aha! Now the printer's making noise. Power lights blinking. Wi-Fi little blue lights blinking. I hear some mechanical movement. My guess is the firmware update is technically done, but it's just trying to verify that the printer's alive and stuff hasn't gone funny. And there we go. And we have a page now coming out. Let's see, I don't know if you can hear that. Yep. Okay, so we now have, and I'm going to change camera angles so you can actually see this, but selected printer has been successfully updated. You can see that this number now has changed. Update successful. Okay, great. Wonderful. Okay, we have printed out a diagnostic page, right? Kind of looks like that. So how about we start the printer program and see what happens. Well, now we're done with everything that I want to do with this particular printer. And there's so much more you can actually do. You can see now it's created all these shortcuts on your desktop. Feel free to play with them at your leisure. So let's actually start the shortcut to the printer. We'll just go over a couple of things. So I'm on the print and scan tab. See what's printing. That's print jobs. I don't have any print jobs. So that's 0. Let's see, customize your printer. Whoop. All right, so I guess you can change the name. Of course, you can go into printer sharing, all this other kind of stuff, which I'm not doing anything with at the moment. There we go. All different types of nifty things you can do. Okay, great. Print from your mobile device. I'm not doing that right now. Don't need it. You may, so click on it and do whatever you think you need. Set preferences. All right. So you have a lot of different preferences in here. I mean, just so many you can go over. You have paper quality. Here's your print quality. Draft, normal, best. Normally I put it somewhere in the middle. For whatever reason, if you only want black and white, you can turn on print and grayscale, high quality, grayscale, use black ink only, no color. All right, layout. And here's advanced. You can decide what you need to do for that. And maintain your printer. This will literally go and help you print out diagnostic pages if your print quality has declined. So a whole bunch of stuff in here. Advanced settings, HP cartridge protection. I have that disabled. Instant ink information. I'm not doing anything with instant ink. You can have it quiet mode so it doesn't wake up a baby, for example. Estimate cartridge levels. Here you are right here. All right. Let's see. Shopping. Shop for supplies, other HP products. Use this as you see fit. Help if there's a particular problem with your product. You know, the great thing is when I buy directly from HP, that if there's a problem, I call up and they already know who I am. I can give them my serial number. They don't have to really do a whole lot of verification. So let's see here. Tools, device setup, and software. I see connect another device. Convert a USB connected device to wireless. That's not going to happen. Let's see here. Data collection settings. Look at this. I mean, who wants to go and click on this? I don't. That's not my thing. That's just really not my thing. Print and scan doctor. All right, give it a second. Then you can, go through various different things depending on, what kind of problem you may have. Yeah, would you like to take a survey? No. Advanced settings. There we go. We kind of already saw that. Yep. Okay, so we are in good shape. And then here's quiet mode. There we go. And I think that's all that I'm probably going to show you at this point in time. Let's see, here's the scanning function in particular. You've got so many choices here. And I'm not saying that this, $40 printer does great for scanning, but at least will do certainly basic scans. And there's so many things I could go over in here, like how much DPI that, would be worthwhile. Do you want to save it as a PDF? You want to save it as a JPEG? For an image you could edit later, something like that. Various different options here. So yeah, I think we're done. So thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews.